Let's start streaming. I think I've started streaming. Let's do the audio check. It saved me in the past. So let's do it. Gotta make sure. In the interim, let's also send a message. Alright. Looks like I am live, so that's good. Don't know why, but I literally coughed right before I started stream, so I don't know why. Welcome in, Charlie. How's it going? Hold on, I'm just doing an audio check. How's it going? All right, awesome. I heard myself talk. That's a good sign. There we go. Welcome in, Gibson Lens. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully, it has been a low key weekend for everybody. I don't know who's got time off, but I have this entire week off from work, so um, I'm excited to be able to do like house projects, unfortunately. Let's see here. But how is everybody? How are you doing, Charlie? How are you doing, Bert? Gibson Len says, just the usual Thursday and Friday off for me. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think most people, well, actually, everybody probably has Thursday off. And then Friday, I think, depending on where you work, will depend on whether you get it off or not. Although increasingly, I think a lot more businesses in the past few years have been closing for Black Friday. So unless it is like a high retail shopping destination, then it's probably okay. All right, putting on the cheating gloves. I don't know when I got these, but like this is starting to actually fade away pretty quickly. So I bought a 3 pack, and this is one of them, and it's just starting to fade. Like there's a huge spot in the middle that there isn't anymore. So let's see. Last time we left off our adventures, I didn't have a working washing machine. Well, good news to report. I now have a working washing machine. So I am happy about that. My wife was thrilled because we're getting like a new big appliance, and uh, we had no idea how old the previous one was, but it was actually yeah, hype. That's right. Yeah, things that you get excited about as an adult and maybe not as a kid. A kid would probably be like, "Oh, washing machine." Doesn't really affect me at all. But adult, it's like, "Yeah, washing machine. That's right. Got to do laundry." Ugh. One of those things. It's like you don't know how much time, like, it will take in your adult life as a kid, like the amount of time doing laundry or like cooking and cleaning or like these kinds of things. So like laundry is like one of those things for me. It's like if you ask like an 8-year-old, hey, how much time do you think as an adult you're gonna be thinking about your washing machine? Well, it's it's gonna be greater than zero. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see here. I just realized I did not turn on things. Checklist, chat. Okay. I think we're gonna pin. Oh, whoops! I I clicked the wrong button. Okay, there you go. Better. All right. And then also, I need to open up my own trick list. I did not have it open yet. Okay. Importantly, I need to add something to the queue before somebody. No, Charlie! Come on, Charlie beat me to it. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna do a new trick before Charlie because I said so. Charlie, you're too fast. You're too fast. I myself, I'm mentally like, I'm still catching up with you. You're like on top of it, and I'm like, even though I have the entire week off, and I did sleep okay, but like I probably have no reason to be like I am slower than I should be, but I'm slower than I should be. So actually, while we're here, I know a couple of people who are here. The couple of people that I know who are here will appreciate this. Before I start doing a trick, let me go ahead and reveal one of the things that I found while cleaning because I think you guys would like this. All right, so I have found the remnants of what I believe to be and let me pull the instructions over. Tetris the card game. Yep, that's right. Tetris the card game. So I have no idea how to play, even though, I mean, I know how to play Tetris the video game. I don't know how to play this card game, but here are the cards. Let me just bring them on camera over here. So here are the Tetris card backs. So they have different patterns on the back. I assume that the backs are used in the game somehow to match potentially pieces. But on the front, wait, why is this one upside down? As far as I know, I've never really used this. So, but on the fronts, they are the pieces. So, if anybody's aware of what a lot of people call them Tetris pieces, but they're tetrominoes. So, tetrominoes are like basically shapes that have four, like four squares, assuming like all of the sides being equal. But yeah, the pieces in Tetris are like all of the combinations of that. So but yeah, so that, my friends, is the Tetris card game cards. So I'm not entirely sure how I would be able to do a trick with these because the backs are technically different. So that would make life a little bit more difficult. But uh, yeah, we will see. Maybe I can come up with something awesome. But yeah, just wanted to show that off and be like, yo, I did not remember that I had this card game, and it's like a card game based on a video game. So, whoops, almost changed to the wrong screen. Okay, okay. So the magician's choice is going to be a brand new trick, as per usual. I'm going to try my brand new trick basically at the very beginning of the stream, and then hopefully there aren't too many people here yet. So if I mess up, it's okay. Knox, how's it going? Welcome in. You have arrived in time for Sleight of Hand Sunday. I'm actually going to be trying out a brand new trick on stream. I'd like to try them early because then not too many people are here, and if I mess up really bad, it's okay. But anyway, welcome in, Knox. And welcome in, Elstro Art. How's it going? Hey, hey, so here for it. Awesome. All right. So here we go. I'll tell you the name of the trick afterwards, but okay. So here we have four cards, and what I want to do with this trick is, if you were here, what we would do is, I want to show you that they're all jokers, right? And so if you were here, I would ask you to put each of your hands here, and we're going to place a joker into each hand, okay? So we'll place a joker here into this hand. We're going to place a joker over here into this hand, and then the name of the game now is I would pretend to wager money, and you tell me which card it is that I hand you. And so I'm going to go and we'll give you a peek. We'll give you a peek. So here's the jokers, right? And I'm going to hand you this card. So if you could tell me what this is, you would get all of the bragging rights in the world as to how amazing your psychic abilities are. So any guesses as to what this card is? I think a lot of people would probably guess Joker, but I don't want to necessarily force that upon anybody. Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going, Chan? Just in time for the brand new trick. So let's see. A lot of people. Oh, Chan is guessing Ace of Spades. That's a very strong guess. It's a very strong guess. All right. Or blank card. Oh, also a very strong guess. All right. I don't think Chan is one of the other magicians here, and I'm not sure if Chan's gonna get it because look. All right, guys. I don't know if you can. Gibson Len says Tetris card. You know that is also a good guess, but no, no. So this, I don't know if you can tell just by looking at the back. It's a five of hearts. Yeah, I know it's very hard to believe, but look, it's a five of hearts. You can and see there it is. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, wait. So there must be a joker in your hand, and no. This is not correct either. So in this case, this is a five of spades, and of course, if you were here and these cards were actually in your hand, you would probably look at them right now because these are not jokers at all. These are the five of clubs and the five of diamonds. And that, my friends, is a trick that is called NFW. And I believe the person who created the trick was probably like, that is what people would say if they saw that trick in real life. So, yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps, and thank you kindly for the emotes. Jay and the Magic Man, Alstro Art, Nox, Gibson Lens. Thanks for the mind blown, Nox. All right, cool. So that was the brand new trick that I opened up stream with because gotta live life dangerously, doing the new tricks right away. All right, okay. That was rad. Thanks, Nox. Greatly appreciated. So anyway, for anybody who's new here or hasn't been here in a very long time, Nox, I use StreamerSonglist and I populated it with only tricks. It's pinned in chat, so if anybody would like to request any tricks, I understand if you don't know what tricks are, but if you see the name of something that's really cool, you can request it. Or if you want to do a random one, we can do random ones too. So feel free if anybody would like to request any tricks. We already have some stuff in the queue, so. But while we're here, let's go ahead and give a bunch of shout outs to a ton of people because all of our friends are basically streamer friends. So, guys, if you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie has been known to stream in the past, and maybe Charlie will stream once, soon, because we hear that Charlie has got fiber optic now, and but I like to call Charlie a music Twitch famous chatter because Charlie's in like all of the music chats that I would hang out in. Alright guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, aka Bert, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is a pianist, plays a bunch of VGM, popular music, esoteric music, sight reads from songbooks that he owns, and also has composed a bunch of his own originals. And he's actually working on his own album. So please give Gibson Lens a follow. Guys, if you're not following our friend Nox, good seeing you, Nox. Nox is a productivity streamer and streams co-working streams. I've hung out there a while ago, so full disclosure, when I was hanging out there, it used to be like during work, but I found that hanging out on Twitch was actually not good for my work, so I just, sorry I haven't been around to basically any streams like during the day, during my work day, so. But rest assured, I still love and respect everybody that streams on Twitch because honestly, streaming on Twitch is just like it is work, but it's like it could be fun, And so like if it helps you get work done, there you go. No reason not to do co-working streams if it helps. Anyway, that's our friend Nox. Please give Nox a follow. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. Chan actually does magic streams on Magic Mondays, so give him a follow, and you can catch him tomorrow night. And so, yeah, let's see here. I did miss a couple messages in chat, so let me just catch up here. Let's see. Elster Art says, I have kids show on Tuesday, and I'm high key terrified. Oh, my sympathies. I hope you get through the kids show. We got some Chan, long time no see. Hi Chan, hi Bert, Ace of Spades or blank card. Yeah, so Chan, those were good guesses. So NFW is a trick that normally uses the aces, and I'm like, if I use the aces and I do this on stream, Chan is totally gonna know. So I chose something else. And Gibson Lens, I liked your answer of the Tetris cards, which I just secretly showed off Tetris cards really quick to show and tell because I've been cleaning up and finding cards. Ooh, okay, all right. So anyway, thank you for all the claps, emotes, mind blowns. Okay, excellent. And then, all right, catching up now. Oh, I got to scroll past my own shout outs. Plenty of fiber now, says Gibson Lens. Plenty of fiber indeed. If anybody missed it, I made a couple of fiber jokes the last couple of streams. Switching between fiber optics and dietary fiber. Yeah. Let's see. Knox says, "Oh, it's been a while. I should get back to it." Thanks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No worries. Look, if anybody is a streamer and you want to shout out here, you're welcome to shout out. Seeker of Weird, welcome in. How's it going? Guys, you're not following our friend Seeker of Weird. Please give Seeker of Weird a follow. Artist, not just that, an artist that likes to travel the world and likes good food. So, Seeker of Weird. Please give Seeker of Weird a follow, and you can see art being done. Sometimes you might hear about trips being recapped. But good to see you, Seeker of Weird. Hope you're doing well. You just got home. Welcome home. Yeah, so I was seeing a bunch of pictures from Seeker of Weird of food, and I'm like, whoa! Like I was drooling. Like a lot of that food looked really good. Thanks for sharing those, by the way. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Chan, guys, give Chan a follow, because tomorrow, Magic Monday on Chan's stream is Chan's 100th Magic Monday. So, big event for Chan. Let's see. Secret of Weird says, I was visiting Serbia, but snuck in a quick trip to Budapest last month. Yep. It's not every day you can just, sneak in a quick jaunt to Budapest. Okay. Let's see. Next trick up is requested by Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request, Charlie. We're going to be performing a trick called Wild Card. Okay. What? 100 Magic Monday? Seeker of Weird says, what? I hope that, yeah, Europe is so easy to get around once you're over there. Yeah, I think it's just the getting in and then getting out, right? And then, but once you're in there, it's fine to move around. Yeah, I apologize that I do not put the count of my streams in a viewable area, but rest assured that I know exactly which Magic stream today is. By exactly, I mean after I consult my spreadsheet. So today we are on Magic stream 118 for me. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub. And guys, if you didn't know, Chan the Magic Man is the signer of our Queen of Clubs. So there's Chan's card. If you subscribe to Chan, you'll know that his emote is the Queen of Clubs. So here we go. Thank you kindly for the resub, Chan the Magic Man. All right. Okay, all right, here we go. Sorry, wild card. I have a packet of cards here, and just so you know, it's a 9 of spades, a 9 of spades, a 9 of spades, a 9 of spades. Actually, here's a Queen of Hearts. A 9 of spades, a 9 of spades, a 9 of spades, and a 9 of spades. So actually, it's all like 9s of spades and queens of hearts. So, but here is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place all these 9s of spades out. And we will pretend that these nines of spades are, you know what? I know that. Hey, E-Room! How's it going? Welcome in. You know when there's a random bang at the beginning of stream, it's E-Room coming in with a bang. Where was I? Oh, yes. So let's pretend that each one of these nines of spades is actually a Starfleet officer. This is going to get morbid really fast. So the Queen of Hearts is in disguise, but the Queen of Hearts is actually the Borg Queen. And the Borg Queen is going to assimilate all of these Starfleet officers. And so, look, all we have to do is just have the Borg Queen just touch one of those nines of spades, and actually it becomes a Borg as well. Now, it's not entirely clear in the Star Trek canon if the Borg Queen is unique or if there's multiple Borg Queens. And so that's not entirely clear, or if they're differentiated by like time or something. But I guess the Borg can always use more Borg Queens, right? And so, look, if I just show you these Borg Queens just touch this Starfleet officer and assimilated them too. And so, there, yeah, I know, strange, right? And now this Borg Queen is going to go ahead and assimilate this one, because look, and now we have another assimilated Starfleet officer. And okay, so here we're going to go ahead and we'll just cover this just for a quick second. And I don't know if you can tell, but look, if we just go ahead and show you, we have another assimilated Starfleet officer. And then, of course, this one. There we have it. And then finally here. Actually, here's an interesting thing. If we go ahead and we just turn, if I place that right there, if I just show you, look, watch. I know, is that strange? That's very strange, right? One more time. And then finally, there is one last one. Ready? And we have assimilated our final Starfleet officer. And now we have Borg Queens all rampant all over the place. And that, my friends, is one wild Borg Queen. Oh, E-Room, welcome in. How's it going? Guys, if you are not following our friend E-Room Kim, please give E-Room Kim a follow. AKA known as the Pope of Indiana, E-Room has streamed a lot of different things, but has streamed in real life things around where he lives. E-Room has streamed community games. E-Room has opened up a bunch of things like Kinder Eggs. So please give E-Room a follow. But welcome in, E-Room. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Guys, if anybody wants to, so here in the United States, if there are people who are not in the United States here, we are fast approaching a holiday called Thanksgiving, and I am wondering, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving or don't know what Thanksgiving is, what is your favorite holiday food? So if anybody wants to answer, feel free while I clean up and get ready for the next trick here. But anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man, and the applause. Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much. Let's see, Knox says, cranberry sauce for sure. Preferably still can-shaped. I mean, is that kind of like, it almost goes without saying, right? If it is not can-shaped, it is not the Thanksgiving cranberry sauce. It's like some other cranberry sauce, right? Like, That's just kind of like my. Let's see. Chan says turkey, of course. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true for everybody. And to be fair, like turkey can be great, but I often find that turkeys vary in flavor quite a bit. And sometimes the turkey's either dry or like generally tasteless. It depends on who's cooking the turkey. Um, so one of my favorite turkeys, one of my friends used to always, for like a Friendsgiving thing. It's been years since because they moved away, and so I couldn't hang out with them for Thanksgiving. But he used to deep fry an entire turkey, and he said it would take like a couple hours, but it would be like amazing because he deep fried the entire turkey. By the way, deep frying an entire turkey is very dangerous because you have like a barrel basically of hot oil, and you can't just drop the turkey in there because the oil will splash everywhere. So you have to place it in slowly. So no matter how much sizzling or how much some of it splatters as you're placing it, you gotta place it down slow. FYI, everybody, take proper safety precautions to cook any and all of your holiday and Thanksgiving foods. All right, where did we leave off? Let's see. So Chance said turkey. Seeker of Weird says mashed potatoes. I eat like 4 plates of it. Yo, mashed potatoes also can vary in quality. There's the hey, these are literally just potatoes and they're mostly mashed, not even creamy. And then there's the ones where it's like dripping with like butter and like cream, and you know that it will melt in your mouth and dissolve. And then it's like you get a little hint of like a chive or like a just something, the little green specks, because it's like the potato has melted away. I can now taste the little green thing. Um, let's see. Charlie also agrees with the cranberry sauce. So from the can, that's right. Yeah, yeah. If it's not can shaped, then it's sus, right? Like it. See, Gibson Len says, "Yeah, I'll have to go with plain old turkey." Oh, for people who are turkey fans or are not opposed to meat, do you like the white meat or the dark meat? I am curious. Full disclosure, I am willing to eat either meat. Just depends on how I'm feeling or if I'm not picky and I'm just starving. But I like both, and then there's certain uses. So for sandwiches and stuff, I like the light meat, and then the dark meat I would like to usually like as leftovers. I would combine that with like other dishes and stuff. So let's see here. Chan says stuffing. Ooh, Chan, that is a great choice. And here's the thing. I myself am not a big fan of stuffing, but stuffing can be really, really good. And the thing is, if you don't do stuffing right, like good stuffing is hard to do, basically. Then there's like the fake stuffing, which it will be flavored in a good way because that's how they engineered it. But like to do like good actual stuffing is hard. So, but yeah, that's like a props call out to anybody who can make good like actual stuffing. So my cheers off to you. By the way, if anybody who has been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please hydrate. Today I'm having tea. It is peppermint chocolate tea. Okay, let's see. People can try and fancy it up and make their own, but the can ridges just make it special. It's true. It's true. If the can ridges aren't there, it's sus. It's like, is that really cranberry sauce? Seeker of Weird says, yeah, yet I make a mean green bean casserole all from scratch. Fave was Gruyere cream sauce. Oh, that sounds delicious. So full disclosure, I have also not worked much with Gruyere cheese. So usually when I've worked with Gruyere cheese, it's like mostly with a grilled cheese. So I haven't done much else with it culinarily. Gibson says, if it's dry, then it was cooked wrong. Oh, all right. Yes, you are correct. It could be cooked better. Let's see. Irim says, my favorite food is chocolate, then pizza, then Alaskan crab legs, then filet mignon. I'll probably end up having a frozen burrito from the dollar store. uh, all great and wonderful. Well, actually, I don't know if I've had Alaskan crab legs, but I would at least eat crab legs. I like crab. I don't like lobster. So that's. Let's see, I've seen the deep frying YouTube videos. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Let's not mention. Deep fry YouTube videos. Oh man, some of those videos are like a travesty waiting to happen. Obi-Wan, welcome in. How's it going, Obi-Wan? We are just talking about our favorite holiday food. So if you have a favorite holiday food, I don't know if you celebrate Thanksgiving or the equivalent of Thanksgiving in Australia, but let us know. Educate me. I'd like to think I know about some other cultures, but really at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know that much. I don't leave the U.S. that much. So, and when I have, it's basically to go to Canada. Butter. All right, creamed corn. That's an answer that surprisingly I did not expect to hear, but now that I've cooked with like various forms of corn, it's like makes sense to me. But I think when I was younger, it's like what? Like, yeah, dripping was with butter is too much for me. Oh, okay, yeah. So sometimes it also depends on like the makeup of the butter. Like if it's like a flavored butter, it could be like like a nice garlic butter. It's Thursday, 28th November, 2024, Thanksgiving. Okay, all right. Mashed potatoes with an entire pound of butter. Yeah. Let's see. No such thing as too much butter. Let's see. More butter than potato. Yeah, it's like butter with a side of potatoes. For me, there is, or else it hurts my stomach. Yeah. Also, I mean, there are people who are lactose intolerant, and it will upset people. Obi-Wan says of turkey. I mean, really of anything, but yeah, okay. We're talking about now. Yeah, dark meat, light meat. So prefer light meat if it's by itself. Okay, I can see that. I could eat dark meat by itself. I could do both. Obi-Wan says, I almost eat turkey just once or twice per year. Let's see. Gibson Land says, I don't have a strong preference between light or dark. Okay. I like white meat on turkey and dark meat on chicken. I put barbecue sauce on both. All right, so barbecue sauce all around for your room. Yep, we figured out turkey. Yeah. Yes, barbecue sauce on both. Yum. All right, hydrate. Excellent. Hydrate or dihydrate? Yeah, that's right, guys. Hydrate or dihydrate. Okay, let's see here. Same, I love some crab legs, but I do not like lobster. Oh, that's interesting that you also do not like lobster. That's yeah. No Thanksgiving holidays here, says Obi-Wan. All right, we don't have any equivalent of Thanksgiving. Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. All right, next up we have a trick called Days. I normally like to do this as a closer, but we can do it during the middle of a stream. That's fine, not a big deal. So I have a packet of cards here, and we have here is a six of diamonds. Here is a queen of clubs. Now, when I show you the rest of these cards, they're going to look normal from this side because look, if you just see like a back, a back, a back, and a back. But when I turn the packet over, you're going to see something very interesting, and that there's backs on the other side too, right? So there's a back here, here. Oh, actually not here, but and here. Now this is a strange card because it is blank on one side and it has the back on the other side. Um, but the rest of these cards have a very strange property, and let me just demonstrate. So if I take this whole packet and I reflect it over the six of diamonds here, this is actually something very strange because if I show you, something bizarre is going to happen. Actually, all of the cards in the packet have now become six of diamonds. See, one, two, three, four. Is that strange? That's very strange, right? But if we go ahead now and take the queen of clubs, if I just hold the packet and I just reflect it over the queen of clubs, I don't know if you know, but actually all of the cards in the packet will now become queens of clubs because look, there's one, two, three, four queens of clubs. That's also weird, right? That's bizarre. Now, at this point, you know and you see that all the cards are still queens of clubs, right? But we have this very interesting card here. If I was to go ahead and I just take this and I place it down so that now when I turn the blank side face up, this packet is so weird because if I show you now, look, all the cards are blank, 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 and blank. And at this point, some people are like, hey, they're very suspicious, and they're like, they want to see the backs of these cards. And to that, I would say, yeah, sure. Here, back, 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 back. And that, my friend, I will call a successful performance of Dazed. Very strange, huh? Very strange. Thank you kindly for the emotes. Oh, let me. Nox says gasp, double gasp, and then the heck, bro. Well, I assume it's bro, but actually, if you read it out because there's so many O's, it's brew. All right. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Nox, Alstro Art, Gibson Lens, Obi-Wan, E-Room. Very strange indeed, says Nox. I'm wheezing. My sympathies. Please make sure that you're respiratorily breathing. I should put a disclaimer. If you die of laughter, unfortunately, I'm not a comedian. I don't have that insurance. I don't know if there's such kind of insurance. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite tricks. For anybody who hasn't seen that before, that is, yeah, one of my tricks that I like to close out the stream with. But it is such a wonderful effect. All right. So I guess something that I've been doing recently also is I'm doing some show and tell because I'm randomly finding a bunch of fun things that I think people in chat would like. So, all right, quick show of if one's in chat if you like Pokemon. So quick show of anybody in chat who if anybody likes Pokemon. One's in chat if you like Pokemon. Okay, we got it. We got Nox likes Pokemon. Alstro Art likes Pokemon. Excellent. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back in the Wayback Machine. Gibson Lens got the, was it Krogunk, right? I think, yeah. All right, so here I'm going to show, so I've been cleaning my house the last couple of weeks, and I've been finding different things, and I'm like showing things off. So earlier today, I showed off the Tetris card game. This is not the new thing I'm showing off, but I showed this off earlier. Tetris the card game. Yes, I cannot believe that there was a Tetris the card game, and I forgot about it. But obviously I have the cards. So here's what the backs look like, and I assume that these are like something related to the game. I don't know how to play, but I obviously have the instructions here. And then here's the faces, which are different tetrominoes. So that's the card game. But anyway, I showed that off earlier. Now I'm going to be showing off. So if you remember getting, I think they were Burger King Kids Meals or Happy Meals from McDonald's. I don't remember which one had these, but I have golden cards, or at least I think this is where they came from. And if not, please inform me. I have golden cards from way back when. Now, these are actually dense and heavy cards, and they're encased in like a plastic case because I think it's probably not like real. But let me see if I can open one because these things are heavy. Hold on. But yeah, these cards are like made out of metal, so they're pretty hefty. Okay, I got one open. So, Nox says I remember those. Eroom says nice. Elstar says that's sick. Yeah. So anyway, all right, I can't get it out, but that's probably for the best. I'd probably want it to be protected. But yeah, so this one is Mewtwo. And yeah, and so they were really cool. I did not collect them all because I think there were like 6. And then it's like a trading card, so there's like another picture and some like information or stats at the bottom. Here's Jigglypuff. Anyway, since I obviously have 3 cards here, I was wondering what the likelihood of me doing like 3 card Monty with this, and I'm like, certainly impossible because the fronts and the backs are different. So. Alright, okay. Hey guys, here's what one of these... Nope. Okay, it's also not even clear to see, but anyway. I just wanted to show those off. Were they from Burger King or something? Yeah, I think they were from Burger King. That's my inkling. I thought they were from Burger King kids meals, but they were either that or McDonald's Happy Meals. But I somehow in my gut I remember and vaguely remember they were Burger King. So, yep. I'm sure we can look it up later. I mean, I can look it up later. You guys can look it up whenever, like now. If somebody wants to do some quick research for us or ask Chat GPT. I see a set of 6 going for 75 on eBay. Oh man, so I have like 30. What was half of 75? So 37.5 dollars right there. Google says Burger King. Awesome. Thanks for verifying, Gibson Lens. Sweet. I'm not going to be spending $75 for three more metal cards. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool that some people are still buying and selling this thing. All right, cool. So we did days. All right, we've got another request from Knox. Knox, thank you for the request. So first things first, I'm gonna set up and grab. I just need a few aces here. Okay. All right. And of course, this will not be very impressive unless I go to the magic screen. All right, so we have. I also see a bunch going for $2,000. Holy crap! I mean, look, I'm not buying. I'm not gonna buy them. I'm not gonna sell mine. That's end of story. I was also already impressed at $30 because like, how much was a kid's meal back then? Like somewhere between $5 and $10. So I guess $35 is like the equivalent of like the kids meals or whatever. But okay, so let's see. We have the 4 aces, and what I want to do with these aces is let me introduce you to them. So we have the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Now, what I want to do with this trick is I'm going to get to a situation where, actually, let me just demonstrate. So I'd be holding the aces like this. If I shake them, they will turn, one of them might turn face up like this. And it's probably easier to show you rather than to tell you. But watch. So first I'm going to hold this packet and give it a shake. That shake will turn up one of the aces. In this case, it's going to turn up the ace of diamonds. Okay, now all the cards are back face down. So 1, 2, 3, 4 face down cards. Okay. Now I'm going to hold the packet, give it another shake. That shake will turn up another ace. In this case, it's going to be the ace of hearts. Okay. Hold on. I didn't show anything weird, but I just realized I think I messed up the trick. Hold on, we're gonna start over. Nobody saw anything. And now you'll kind of see what's coming up. So if you want, you can like see if you spot anything, right? So this is like the find find the magician's moves game, right? I mean, is that every stream? I don't know. I'd like to think that most people here are not trying to figure out the secrets of magic, because if you wanted to, you would just become what I have become by doing your own research. All right, hold on. I gotta catch up with chat here. So, in $10 in 1999 is apparently about $19 today. What? No, I thought it was like I thought $10 might have been $17, but 19. All right. I mean, I guess that's not too. That's off by a factor of 2. That's like it's doubled in like. Oh, I guess 1999. That's like 20. That's 25 years ago. Oh my God. I don't want to say it because I'm sure I might offend people who are older than me, but I'm feeling old. Ay ay ay. I was impressed. All right, I already know this. Astro Art says I already know the secrets of magic. All right, cool. Well, thank you for. All right, that means Astro Art can commiserate. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got the 4 aces. I do want to introduce you to them. So here we go. We have the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, ace of spades. All right, once again, The secret is love. Okay, excellent. So here's what I want to do. I do have to demonstrate here. I'll demonstrate with the ace of spades. So if I hold the packet face down and I shake it, the aces will sometimes turn face up. Okay, cool. So that's where we. Okay, so look. First, I'm gonna hold the packet, give it a shake, and here we go. So now we have the ace of diamonds turned face up. All right. Now everything is face back down. Okay, but look, now if I hold the packet, that will turn up another one. Here we go. Ace of clubs. All right. Now, this is where. So here I'm going to show you all of the cards are face down. Now if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that's going to turn up another ace. In this case, it will turn up the ace of hearts. And here we go. I'm going to now, once again, we have to do one more. Actually, let me show you once again that they're all face down, right? And if I hold the packet and give it a shake, and now that will turn up our final ace, I believe the ace of spades. Now, this is how I would conclude the trick if I was giving like a presentation. And that is how you use the four aces and you hold them and give them a shake, and that will end up turning up one of the aces. But we've got one other trick up our sleeve, because look, if I do want to spread the deck and show you right now that we've got all of the cards are facing down, and I'm just going to hold the packet and give it a shake. Actually, I don't need to give it a shake yet. Actually, let me go ahead and cut this into the middle of the deck like this. Now, so I can do the same thing with the aces in the middle of the deck. Now if I hold the packet and give it a very vigorous shake. Clearly, if I don't make the funny sound effects, then the magic doesn't happen, right? So, but now, if you take a look, I bet you that the aces have all turned themselves face up. And I would say, you could verify. I mean, these aces all happen to be signed, so you can take a look. If you were here, you can inspect everything. There you have it. Thank you kindly for the applause, E-Room. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, Knox, E-Room, Astro Art. Thanks for the mind blown, Knox. Knox, I hope you are enjoying. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully, you have liked. Thank you for that request as well. So that was for you. Let's see. Oh, also, I don't think I've given an update on the deck recently, but we are about, I think, 2/3 of the way signed through this deck. So if anybody wants to sign a card, we have many ways to support the stream. If anybody wants to sign a card. And also, if you sign a card, I will end up trying, if you request a trick, I try and use your card during any tricks that you request, if possible. There are some tricks, like for example, you might have seen earlier I had blank cards, so like there are tricks in which I won't be able to always use your card, but if possible, we would do it. So, all right, cool. So that was French Twist. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, E-Room. Okay. All right. Queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, I do have another thing to show off. Guys, it's not cards this time. But for anybody who's a fan of retro video games, I think you're going to like this next thing. So, I have a book. I have no idea, and I don't remember how I came across this book, when I got it, or how I got it. But I imagine I must have paid $13.99 US for it, because that's what the price says. So, Durkee Blaine Says totally not here for magic. All right, welcome in, Durkey Blaine. I mean, if you are here for my random announcements of what I'm going to show off, or the terrible jokes that I say, then you're in the right place. All right, so here we go, guys. If you did not know this book exists, I have this book. It is called The Mega Man Robot Master Field Guide. Show and tell, says Knox. Yes, that's right. Show and tell. So I forgot I had this. I don't remember when I got it, but just to give you a quick glance, it basically shows like all of the robot masters for, I would imagine, the regular Mega Man series. Probably not X, but like here's Gravity Man. I know from Mega Man 5. Gyro Man or Gyro Man. I don't know how you pronounce that. Probably from Mega Man 6, I think. I'm just doing that from memory. Heat Man's from 2. Yeah. Jewel Man, I think, is from a later one, 9? I don't know. Hold on, I gotta see if I know. Anyway, so does anybody want? Yeah, which one is your favorite? Oh, I have no idea which one my favorite is. To be fair, I think Gravity Man might be my favorite Mega Man music, like the theme. His level's cool too, but I don't know who my favorite is. But yeah, if anybody wants a random like quick description of a man from the book, so a robot master man, not just any man. Let me know. Or if you want to tell me a random page number between like let me see, between and 124. Those are the page numbers. So, but let me know if anybody wants to see one. Let's see. Lol, you should use this book in a mentalism routine. Astro art. You're brilliant. All right, Knox says page 99. Okay, let's turn to page 99. On page 99, it is Snake Man. Snake Man, weapon, Search Snake, weakness, Needle Cannon, and is from Mega Man 3. I just know that. It is not currently... it doesn't tell me what game they're from. So if I don't know... Snake Man was really created to survey topography on uninhabited planets marked for development. With his quick and light body, he was suited for work in any kind of terrain. However, he was abducted by Dr. Wily, turned into a battle robot, and set to work fulfilling Wily's schemes. And that, my friends, is Snake Man. Yes, Snake Man. All right, so I'm not really a musician, but let's see if I recall the Snake Man theme. That was the Snake Man theme. There we go. Oh wait, no, it goes on. All right, that was Snake Man. There we go. It's all coming back. All right. Excelente. Okay, I've been self-requesting at least one trick every stream because I want to keep this one fresh, mostly because it's like one of the few not card tricks that I do, so I gotta keep it fresh. So anyway, anybody who's seen me like any of the last like streams, it's like I've been doing this every stream. All right, first things first. This is gonna use 4 coins. I'm just gonna use the 4 cards for cover, but I'm gonna first place all the coins to make like a rectangle. The cards don't really matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and use each card, and I'm gonna go ahead and cover all of the coins. Okay. And then we're going to try and teleport coins from corner to corner. So watch, ready? It happens quick, ready? And then here, we're going to make this one jump from here to there. And then this last one. There we go. Thank you for the transporter, E-Room. Thank you kindly. And that was a coin matrix. Whew, don't blink. Yeah, that one's quick. So there are other routines that are like that that last longer, but I have not learned them, and they require a lot more skill with coins, but because I don't do coin magic, I don't have those skills. So FYI, if anybody's thinking about getting into coin magic, you will learn and use muscles in your hand that you never knew that you had. And you'll be like, oh man, this one really weird muscle in my hand is very sore. And you're like, why? Oh, because I was trying to do some coin magic. Yeah. There were some crazy coin matrices out there. Oh, thank you kindly. Alstro Art. E-Room has redeemed. Thank you for the redeem, E-Room. Well, wait, I'm thanking you before I read the redeem. But, all right, let's see what E-Room has requested. Using the triangle deck, separate two piles. Now shuffle the two piles together without using the table. Using only one hand. E-Room, I can't even do a shuffle with a regular deck with one hand. You're asking me to try and do a triangle deck shuffle with one hand? Okay, first of all right. Here, okay, so let me attempt to do a shuffle with one hand. So here's how you would go about doing it. So you would go about using this. So you would break it up into two. No, okay, and then you gotta. And then how you would. Okay, I'm gonna use my other hand for help. But like this is conceptually what you would have to do. You want to get it into like this position, and then you gotta like push the cards together. Basically, push the two packets together so that they interweave here at this bottom point. And so I can't even normally do a one-handed shuffle even with a regular deck. No, I can't even get him to weave. Like I could do it with two hands. That's easy because I've practiced that. But so like look at that weave. That's pretty good, right? Okay, all right. Here's what I'm gonna do, E-Room. I'll give you a choice. Do you want to see me shuffle the triangle deck with other cards? Or something else, but I'm going to have to use two hands. Look, I know that there's some funny jokes about, about you would not imagine what a man can do with one hand, but shuffling a triangle deck of cards is not one of them. You're gonna sprain a weird hand muscle, says Nox. Phew, what a weird triangle deck and jumbo cards. Oh my god, E-Room. All right, fine. We can do that. That is at least manageable. That is doable. First of all, for anybody who has never seen the triangle deck before, here, I have a triangle deck of cards. The cards are literally triangle, and they have three corners in which they're indexes, and then they have everything in between. And so as you can imagine, even just handling these cards are super unnatural, even people who are used to cards, because every card is like rectangle or square. And so the triangle ones are absolutely weird. So that's the first thing. The next, the scandalous shuffle that E-Room here has requested is and jumbo cards. No blindfold. That's not part. Blindfold's not part of the scandalous shuffle, okay? That's I'm gonna veto that. All right. Hold on, I have to stand up to grab jumbo cards here. Wait a second. Oh yeah, they are right here. Okay. Sorry. Here we go. Jumbo deck of cards. So these cards are big. They are about 4 times as big as a regular poker-sized playing card. So here's this deck. Here's a regular playing card. So it's about 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit smaller, but we're just splitting hairs at that point. So yeah, here's the gigantic. Oh my God! There's still an Uno card in here. E-Room. Hold on. Is there still Uno? So for anybody who missed it, streams in past, I think maybe 2 streams ago that happened. E-Room had me shuffle the jumbo deck and Uno cards, and that was an Uno card still there that I did not remove. So, all right, this is the revenge of E-Room right there. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to attempt to shuffle triangle cards into jumbo cards for the scandalous shuffle. Okay, here we go. Almost. I just got to do a riffle on this top part again. Okay. Okay, we got a weave. Is it good? I don't know, but at this point it probably doesn't matter. Okay, so let me straighten this out. And now, thank you, Kylie, for the applause, E-Room. So, okay, all right, so here we go. Jumbo cards, you can see the gaps. If you take a look from this side, you can kind of see part of the triangle sticking out because I haven't, like, pushed it in. So here we go. Triangles going in. Oh my god, I can't even hold on to the triangles that are on the sides there. Okay, so, and here's, and I know that E-Room wants to get a bottom view. Thanks, I hate it, E-Room. Nox, we have another regular in chat that also hates scandalous shuffling. So, and we actually added it because this viewer did not like scandalous shuffling. So, anyway, I hope I do not find triangle cards in here later, like weeks later. All right. Okay, now you guys are gonna have to suffer with me cleaning this up here. All right. Did I get them all? Here's a flip book. Here's a flip book, guys. Oh, look at all that motion. All right. All right. And then here's the triangle cards. All right, I have the triangle cards. Yeah, suffering is the right word, says Nox. Yes, that is correct. I'll survive, but ick. Yep. So you blame E-Room for that redeem. Look, it's only 690 channel points, so I mean, you can't blame E-Room for wanting to spend them. All right. Okay, and we did the coin matrix, so that's good. All right, guys, let's attempt something with the triangle cards. What should I attempt? Okay. Let's find all of the aces and use them for something. Okay, who wants to be a millionaire? No, who wants to be a bandit? Let's have so here's what we are going to do. Oh my god, this is going to be horrible. Okay, so look, I have the 4 aces, and just like holding them like this is going to be so weird. We have the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds. Sorry guys, this one's going to be very slow. Ace of diamonds. Okay. Ace of hearts. And the ace of clubs. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have the ace of clubs be the ringleader bandit and going to tell all of the other aces to go ahead and rob a bank. So this is Triangle Bank of the United Federation of Planets. Even though that they probably don't have currency. Well, it's kind of arguable because they do use currency, right? It's either credits or like Latinum. Anyway, so we're gonna rob the United Bank of the Bank of United Federation of Planets. All right. So this one is going to rob what is the equivalent of the safety deposit boxes, I guess, whatever that is. This one will rob the equivalent of whatever cash registers are, if there are any. Maybe they're crypto cash registers. I don't know. And this one is going to rob the vault of Latinum. This one has a very clear purpose. And then the ace of clubs will remain on top of the transporter pad right here, and keep an eye out. So the ace of clubs hears from the bridge, hey, there are people coming by. And so you need to get out. And so he activates his transporter. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If somebody wants to activate some sound alert. He activates the transporter. I'm waiting for it. Anybody? Go once. Go twice. E-Room saves the day. Look. So after that transport, the ace of clubs was able to pull the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of hearts out from the bank and save them. Oh my god, just spreading them is very difficult to look at. I can't even, I don't even know. Oh my god, this is just a mess. Alright. Thank you kindly for the assist there, E-Room. I will take that as your apology for that scandalous shuffle. So we're square. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Alstro Art, and the applause. E-Room's like, lol. Alright. More like we're playing... Oh, wait. More like we're triangle. Am I right? Alstro Art, you are right. You are absolutely correct. So you know what you get? That's what you get. Guys, Alstro Art, dad joke right there. Well done. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, we will go about doing what we normally do, and I will find more things to show off on stream in the interim until we get a request. So I believe last time I showed 2 small decks. Did I show off the little tiny circle cards? I don't know if I did. I remember showing off the target deck because we talked about that one, which is super tiny. And then I talked about this one, which was easier to shuffle. It's a little bit bigger and the cards are softer. But did I show off the little circle cards? So these cards are little tiny circles. I think maybe I did bring them on stream, but just very quickly. These things are very, very tiny. Yes, we looked at the tiny circle cards. Let's see them again, says E-Room. Oh my god, I cannot spread these for the life of me. Okay, alright, So, I was thinking about this, and I was wondering if it would be possible for me to do some sleight of hand with this. It almost seems like I could maybe do it. So, you know what? Let's try. Okay, alright, we're gonna try... Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm putting myself through this. Okay. Pogs lol. No. These are smaller than Pogs. I have a Pog for reference. Sorry, I put most of my Pogs away, but I have a Pog here for reference. Here's the size of a Pog. This is a Pog. And here's the size of these cards. Even smaller than a Pog. So, yeah, so you can see the scale here. Wooden nickels? No. So yeah, I could conceivably hide this thing in my hand, like completely if I wanted to. All right, putting the Pog away, and then let me put these aside. Okay, all right. So hands are empty. All right, so here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would not mix up red with black, right? So we have red spot cards and black spot cards. Okay, so here's what we are going to do. I'm going to go ahead and my God, I can't even hold these very well. I'm going to go ahead and interweave black and red cards. All right, so here's black and red. Okay, let's do it again. Black and red. Black, red, black, and red. Now if we just give it a second, we are going to go ahead and simulate oil and water separating, i.e. the black cards from the red cards. Because if we take a look at the bottom, there's a black card. If we take a look at the top, that is a red card. But what you may not have noticed is that all of the red cards have floated up to the top. Oh my God, I might have just given myself a paper cut. These are so thin. Hold on, let me inspect really quick. I think I'm okay, but these things are sharp. Okay, but look, all of the red cards have floated up to the top, and all the black cards have sunken down to the bottom. All right, I know, you're unimpressed. That's okay. Let's go ahead and do that again. I'm going to turn the red cards face down. I'm going to grab the black cards. And maybe you were unimpressed because we started with a black card, and the black cards ended up sinking down to the bottom. Well, so here. So maybe instead of starting with the black cards, let me instead start with the red cards. Okay, this part of the trick is going to be very tough. So look, I have a red one right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and place a red one down. And then here's a black one. Aha! A black one. See? And now, look, here's a red one. And then a black one. And red, let's speed this up, black, red, and black. And now they can separate. Ta-da! If I was a comedian, I would be like, they've separated! I mean, I know I moved them, but... Would it not be more impressive if I just showed you that? So I did start with red, but if the physics of this simulation were accurate, this should be black, right? So let's take a look. That one's black. And if we look at the top one, that's red. If you look at this one, that's black. This one is red and black and red, black and red. And that, my friends, is a simulation of oil and water with tiny circle cards. I don't call many cards tiny. These are tiny. Maybe even teeny tiny. Tiny teeny. Eensy weensy. Minced. I don't know. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Alstro Arts, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly. All right. Oh, I see the request from E-Room. Thank you, E-Room, for the request. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens. Let me see here. 8-card Brainwave. All right. So, first things first. E-Room, since you have requested this trick, would you like to be the recipient of the matching brain waves from me? I.e., you will like to select a card here. Yes. Okay, E-Room says yes. All right. I'm going to let you know that I do not want you to be manipulated by the words coming out of my mouth or the luscious sound of my voice. I don't want you to be affected. However, the manipulation may have begun. So what I have here is some cards, and I'm going to show you 8 because it's called 8-card brainwave. It would not be in. It'd be weird to have a trick called 8-card brainwave, and there's like 21 cards. No, that's not how this works. But I'm going to spread them all out, and I don't want you to choose your first. I don't want you to choose your card that would be like your first gut instinct, because maybe I could predict that. Because Eroom, I feel like we've maybe gotten to know each other a little bit better, a little bit. So maybe go with your second or third or fourth choice of card. And so here we go. So I have 8 cards here. And I want you to think of a card and then mentally commit to it. Once you have selected your card, mentally commit to it first. And then, once you have, it is okay to tell me and chat what it is, because I will show you that perhaps I knew the entire time. So, if you would like to... You've got it? Okay, excellent. Send me the brainwaves. I see. Eroom, go ahead and tell us which one you've selected. It's okay to tell me in chat, and I will show you. The king... So the king of clubs. King of clubs. So right here, the king of clubs. All right. Now, Eroom. Now, here's your chance. I don't want you to go to bed tonight thinking there's no way that Nam should have known which card I had selected. And I know, perhaps, you did mentally send me the vibes, but would you like to change your mind? Or would you like to go ahead and keep this choice? Eroom, man of conviction, gonna keep it. Alright. Eroom, you have selected to keep the king of clubs. Alright, I don't want you to lose any sleep. So here we go. I don't know if you know, but all of these cards over here, they are blue-backed cards, except for a true professional. Oh, Alstro Art says, a true professional would say, are you happy with the mind you have? Luckily, I am just an amateur. Ah. And that, my friend, and if you were here, you can take a look at that. That is indeed red. Yes, Elsterhart says, a true professor would say, are you happy with the mind you have? And to that I would say, I am just an amateur. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. E-Room, Alstro Art, Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens. Thank you kindly. And thank you so much for that request, E-Room. Hopefully you enjoyed. All right. Excelente. Let's go ahead and... So, if anybody follows me on Instagram, recently posted a picture of some food. Let me quickly pull it up. But I wanted to quickly chat about it, mostly because today's question is about food. And, you guys know I like food. So I posted a picture of something, and I gave it a very honest review. So this, you know what, it might be easier if I do this one. Okay, so let me do this and zoom in on the picture. Okay, so this is my post where I have this. So this I made, it was basically half cheating, so it was half a frozen meal, but then I added a lot to it to make it not the same frozen meal. But it was a freezer meal of mushroom ravioli with, like, I don't know if it's spinach or kale, but one of those. And yeah, I hadn't seen too much of this before, but it was like there was sauce, ice chunks inside So when you cook it, and I thought that I could just like put it initially into like a pot to boil, but it said no, cook everything in a pan because of these frozen sauce ice chunks. I'm like, okay, and it started to cook it, and I'm like, this thing is probably not going to be very flavorful. And so I added a bunch of stuff to it. I added like tablespoons of chili. I added not chili powder, but like actual like chili. And then I added like hummus to this, and then I added some other spices. And I thought that would be enough. So eRoom says that kind of looks like goat droppings. Oh, those are beans. Yeah, there's beans in here. But yeah, those are just black beans. Here, I'll zoom in on a dropping for you, eRoom. There you go. But yeah, I guess if that doesn't look appetizing, then obviously don't eat it. But so I liked it. I thought it was good, but not as good as I would have liked it. Like the best way I could describe it is it it tasted healthy. Which if anybody has eaten a bunch of stuff and then like the healthy version of it, I think you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Like anyway, mushroom and hummus doesn't really sound good to me. Oh, okay. Well, if you don't like either mushroom or hummus, then I guess it wouldn't that wouldn't fly for you. But anyway, all right. Here's something a lot of people I think got behind. And then I made a monster breakfast burger. So it's basically a burger patty with cheese, so cheeseburger with egg and bacon on an English muffin with spinach. So and that was delicious. Anyway, there we have it. Food adventures. I like both individually. Oh, okay, all right. So here's a question that I've had with some people. So one of my questions is, for example, if you like hot dogs, then it's like, oh, would you like to have a hot dog? Then you're fine with having a hot dog. Do you like tacos? Let's say hard shell tacos. Would you eat tacos? And a lot of people would say yes. So here's my question. Would it be weird for that person to what would I'm curious what people would say if you ask them, would you be willing to have a hot dog in a hard taco shell? And I've asked this question before, but this is like one of those weird things. It's like you're mixing potentially two foods that you like. So why wouldn't you like or be willing to try this other weird thing? And so Eroom says, I'd rather have chocolate or Alaskan king crab legs. All right. I see where Eroom stands. All right, Eroom, would you have chocolate on pizza? Because I remember from your list there was chocolate and pizza on it. So would you have chocolate on pizza? Alstor says, willing, yes, but I don't think I'd enjoy it. All right, that's okay. You may not enjoy it, but if you're willing to taste it before you make the decision, that's fine. Like Gibson Land says, seems fine to me. All right, awesome. So yeah, we're seeing where people stand on the willing to try weird things or different combinations. I mean, I'm not proposing like eating, bugs or, you know, unsafe, uncooked things. These are just regular things that people would eat. You're just mixing them in a in a weird way. Eroom says no. Chocolate and pizza don't go together. Just right out. Let's see. Alstro Art says I'm willing to eat it if there's no other food available. I mean, I think that a lot of people would probably do that. I mean, if you are given like the option to have like two things that are mixed, but like you can separate them. In this case, like you could just eat the things individually, right? Like you could just cheat. But actually, taco meat in a hot dog bun probably would taste fine. Yeah, so like I almost feel like taco meat in a hot dog bun is very similar to like sloppy Joe territory, right? So it's just like a sloppy Joe in a hot dog bun. So yeah, but yeah, I think that would be good. I think that tastes fine. Eroom says, I'm the pickiest eater that you or anyone that you know have ever encountered. I mean, I have a 3-year-old E-room. It's pretty picky. uh, but yeah, I don't. I'm hoping that my kid will not be very picky later. But all right. Let's see here. Erum says, I was abused with food as a kid. Oh, Erum, I'm sorry. I did not know. My sympathies. I do not wish any ill will upon any children dealing with food. I won't ask you to clarify, but a piece of me is slightly curious. But, if you don't want to bring it up, don't worry about it. All right, guys. Queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, we will keep on doing what we're doing. Okay, going back to Pokemon. So, if it's unsurprising to anybody that I have played Pokemon before, I have found an old cache of small bit of Pokemon cards that were made by kids. Now, I came across a couple of these, I think, in a weird... Let me see here. Oh, no, just one. Sorry. Just one Pokemon card. I thought I had two of these, but maybe I discarded one of them. But I think I somehow got a board game. And in the board game, there was some Pokemon cards. And I'm like, oh, Pokemon cards. There was nothing amazing. But in this box of Pokemon cards, there was a custom-made Pokemon card by a kid. And I wanted to show this off because maybe one day, said kid, if they come across my stream, it's like, oh my god, I made that! I gave this game away and there were Pokemon cards in there. So, for anybody who knows the Pokemon Typhlosion, this is and if you play card games, this is a proxy. So they were, and to be fair, I don't even know if this is a legit card, but here is their created Typhlosion card. There we have it. Typhlosion. So they probably could have improved some of the spelling, but clearly this Typhlosion has 100 HP, can do an attack called Overheat for 102 damage, and Fireball for 50 damage, and there's no weakness. But for anybody who doesn't play this game, everything is in increments of multiples of 10. So 102 would be basically not permissible. But I thought it was really cute when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to keep this forever. No weakness. Yeah. Whatever that is. Yep. Yeah. Weakness in the game. So I did put it in this sleeve just to protect it. But I just have some other Pokemon card back there. So, anyway. That's so cute. Secret Weird. Yes, I know. I was like, oh man, I don't even know how old a kid, like, this might be. I don't know. They obviously know how to write, so, like, letters, but they don't know how to spell things. So, I would guess somewhere between 6 and 7. 6 and 7. E-Room has a big message. Hold on, I'm just going to quickly skim it before I read it out loud. I didn't like or eat all my food to the point where I threw it out. Oh, I'm sorry, E-Room. It's only maybe more. All right, E-Room. I'm gonna give you a hug, an official hug. And actually, it is almost. I don't know if this is like inappropriate because of the subject matter, but I'm gonna give you a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. All right. I'm sorry, E-Room. All right, let's see. What haven't I done in a while? Trick-wise. Let's see here. I must have some tricks I haven't done in a while. Let's see, we have a couple of tricks that I have not done in 3 months. That seems like a problem. I should do one. Alright. Okay. Let's do All right, let's do Overture. Thanks for the request, eRoom. I'm going to go ahead and request this one next. Okay, because actually we can use the same cards, so this will work out. Okay, so we have the 4 aces here. These aces are red, these aces are black. So if I turn the 2 black aces face down and I place the 2 red aces in between them, we are now in a situation where if I reverse count the cards, the 2 red aces will still be face up in between the 2 face down black aces. But if I go ahead and I just do one thing that's different, so if I hold the packet and I give it a magical shake, this magical shake is the thing that's going to change everything, because I don't know if you know, now the 2 black aces will be face up in between the 2 face down red aces. I know, it's tough to believe, but look. The 2 black aces are now in the middle, in between, and face up. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But if you missed it, let's do it. We'll do it one more time. Let's break a rule of magic. We'll do it again. So look, if I just reverse count them, the 2 black aces are face down in between the 2 red aces. But there's no shake. They're still in the same situation. But now, if we go ahead and hold the packet and give it a magical shake, this magical shake is the thing that will change everything. I don't know if you can tell, but now the red aces will be face up in the middle between the 2 face down black aces. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And that is Overture. So now let's go to Dr. Daly's Last Trick, which conveniently we use the same cards. All right, so first things first, I'm going to show you what it looks like before we do any magic. And so look, if I show you here, if I place the ace of clubs here and the ace of spades over here, the 2 black aces are over here and the 2 red aces are over here, right? I'm not going to do any sort of magic shake. Because now if I show you, the 2 black aces are still here. And the 2 red aces are still here. But if I just go ahead and I place the black aces over here. Nope, that's not a black ace. If I go ahead and I place the black aces over here, and the red aces over here, but now if I do a magic shake, I know it looked more like a dance, but there's my magic shake. I've now just switched them. Like that's what happened when we shook them before, right? They switched places. So now these are the red aces, and these are the black aces. Because look, red, red, black, and of course, Frolic Chris coming in hot, saying ace of spades. And that, my friends, is Dr. Daly's Last Trick. All right. Welcome in, Frolic Chris. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Ace of Spades, says Frolic Chris. Thanks for giving Frolic Chris a shout out. Guys, if you're not following our friend Frolic Chris is a pianist, plays VGM, also plays, likes to play JRPGs on stream. But Chris has composed some of his own originals as well. Also plays some of Gibson Lens's originals in his stream. And then also, Frolic Chris has played at VGM Con earlier this year. I keep on forgetting because it's like so close to the end of the year. But yeah, so if you're not following our friend Frolic Chris, please give Frolic Chris a follow. Raid Train today, says Frolic Chris. Yeah, I think there's a lot of raid trains going on. So I've been hopping in and around some other people's streams, and I'm like, wow, there's a raid train here, there's a raid train there, there's a raid train over there. There's a lot of raid trains going on. So Yeah. I will hopefully rue the day when there is a magic raid train, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. So, all right. So that is. Let's see. That's Overture, Dr. Daly's last trick, and then Frolic Chris has requested Ace. that was like a random like shot from the hip, right? Like a boom, Ace, and then that was the one that got hit. We could do that one. I like that one. To be fair, I probably like pretty much all the tricks on my trick list. There were actually, I think, 2 tricks on my trick list when I first started that are no longer there because I didn't really like doing them. But it's so infrequent that I remove a trick. So, however, rumor has it that it has happened. It's true. It has happened. Anything with aces in it. Oh. This one only has 1 ace in it. So, hopefully that's okay. And if it's not okay, I'm going to make you request another one after this. So, first things first, we have 5 cards here. And just to introduce, ever since we did that Ace of Spades trick, I'm all about the aces tricks. All right, well, this is perfect because look, we have an Ace of Spades right here. See, Ace of Spades. Even actually, so guys, Charlie's Beats is also a mod for Frolic Chris. So, this works out, right? So, this trick is called Ace on Top. But I want to introduce you to all the cards first. So, that was the Ace of Spades, the 2 of Spades, the 3 of Spades, the 4 of Spades, and the 5 of Spades. Now, the thing about this trick is it's not so much a trick as it is a game because I want to. We're going to play a game, and the game is which card is on top. And so I want to show you the property of how magical this is. So, look, I'm going to do a magical move right now. Just watch close, okay? Look, I'm going to go ahead and place this right on top. There we go. Okay, so important question. Which card is on the top? If anybody had to take a guess, what would you guess? Also, if you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated for a bit, please hydrate. All right, if you guessed that it was a 5, you'd be incorrect. Because, cheers. Cheers, Gibson Lens. Chris says 4? No, it's the ace. Because look, it's the ace, see? So here's the thing about this pile, right? So what we're going to do is if I take the ace out, what card follows the ace? It's going to be an ascending order. So it will be the 2 right there. Okay. Okay. And then next, what's going to follow the 2? It's going to be the 3. And then the 4 and the 5. Important question. Which card is this? Any guesses? I see some 2 and 3. I think those are for some of these, but if anybody wants to guess, what card is this? E-Room says 5. Chris says ace, because it's on top. Yo, Chris, Frolic Chris, you are absolutely correct. Yeah, is this not on top now? Because look, if I show you this card that is now on the top, it is the ace, followed by the 2, followed by the 3, and then the 4, and then the 5. Okay, so now that we've established the properties of this packet of cards, they like to self-correct, starting with the ace on top, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the ace, and I'm going to place it into the middle of the packet, all right? So it's not on the top. It's not on the bottom, okay? But we're going to go ahead and push it into the packet. So important question, which card is on the top? Any guesses? Because I think if some people were to make a guess, I mean, you'll feel really good about yourself if you get it right. Ace again, says Frolic Chris. Ace, says E-Room. All right, correct, because look, if I show you, it is the ace that is on the top. Excellent. Now look, if I take the ace and I place it clearly in the middle of the deck, so like it's going to go right here, right? It's going to go, or sorry, in the middle of the packet. If I just go ahead and, now look, that was enough time. What card is on the top? And if anybody wants to guess. Great minds, says E-Room. Great minds. That's right. ACE, says Frolic Chris. Yeah, look, if I show you the top card, ace. That's correct. E-Room says ace. Excellent. So now, if I go ahead and I remove the ace, what card follows the ace? So it can't be the ace anymore because obviously it's over here. So I do assure you there is only one of the ace 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. The 2, E-Room. You're getting it. You're getting it. So look, see, here's the 2. Okay. But look, what if I take the 2 and I place it furthest away from where it's supposed to be? So I'm going to place it here in the bottom, right? Now going on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So what card follows the ace? Which one's on top now? Why couldn't the SAT work like this? I don't know, Chris. 2! All right, here, let me show you. 2, ready? 2! Excellent. Yeah, E-Room says 2 as well. Man, you guys are getting it. All right. So I think you guys get the point now. Okay, do you guys believe that I could perform this trick with the cards face up? Because we're going to try and do that. So look, let's say, so I just scrambled these cards and we have this, okay? So in order for me to do this face up, the ace has to jump all the way up to the top. The 5 has to jump all the way down to the bottom. The 3's got to tick over 2. The 2's got to hop all the way up here, and then the 4's got to tick over 1. So Frolic Chris says, yes, because magic. Alrighty. So here's what we're going to do. There's only one magical thing that has to occur. But look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hold the packet. All I have to do is find the ace. And I just got to give it like a head start, right? I just got to give it a little boost. So I'm going to take the ace and place it on the top. Now, after all of that, no problem, says Gibson. Let's. Oh yeah, thanks for the shout out. You're welcome for the shout out. Here we go. So look, we have the aces on the top, clearly because I placed it there. So that's not a secret. But look, the rest of the packet, self-correcting, because look, we have the, what follows the ace? The 2. What follows the 2? The 3. What follows the 3? The 4. And what follows the 4? The 5. And that, my friends, is a game we call Ace on Top. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you kindly for that request, Frolic Chris. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Yay, says Frolic Chris. Elstro Art, thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, thank you for the applause. Gibson Lens, thank you kindly for the claps. I got to be right a bunch of times in a row. Doesn't it feel so good, like being right a bunch of times in a row? I mean, there are situations in which being right a bunch of times in a row is actually bad for me. So, for example, if I'm having a discussion with my wife and we have differing opinions and I am right too many times in a row, I lose. So, yeah, that is yep. Okay, let's see. What's skill issues is Astro Art. Frolic Chris says, hee, as a married man, yes, says Frolic Chris. Yep, that is a thing. All right, cool. So, next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. And this trick does use all 4 aces, so we will go ahead and do that. So, here we go. First things first, we're going to go ahead and place all of the aces out like this. We're going to turn them all face down. Okay, now what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and take 3 cards each. So like here, here, here. And we're going to go ahead and place them onto each one of these piles. Okay, like so. Like this. And then finally, okay. All right, so first one, we're going to go ahead and tuck the ace of diamonds into this packet and place this whole packet into the deck, maybe kind of closer to the bottom, like so. We'll lose that in there. Next up, we've got the ace of hearts, so we're going to go ahead and place the ace of hearts amongst these cards here, and we'll place this packet maybe towards the top, like this, of the deck. We're going to lose those in there. And then the ace of clubs, we're going to go ahead and tuck that into these cards here. And we will tuck that kind of into the middle. Just like here. Pushing them in clean. And then finally, we have the ace of spades, also Charlie's beats. And this one, we're going to do a thing that is a little bit different. All we're going to do is 1, 2, 3. And I don't know if you know, but actually those cards have turned into all of the aces, because here we have the ace of diamonds, the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, and the ace of spades. And if you were here, you can take a look at the deck. I mean, they're signed, so you know they're unique. And that, my friends, is Aria. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie. Hopefully you enjoyed. Frolic Chris, that is an ace trick for you. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Frolic Chris. Thank you kindly. Alrighty, everybody. I'm thinking about ending in about 20 minutes-ish, so plus or minus. So if anybody would like to request any magic, now would be a good time. But the good news is that I am not trick that takes 20 minutes. Chris, I don't have a trick like that. I tried to keep most of my tricks. There are some tricks that are kind of long, but like not 20 minutes long. That's kind of insane. Frolic Chris has requested tarot cards. All right. And Charlie has requested Incauto Tromboso. All right. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to perform the trick, then we'll pull out tarot cards, and then we'll do a trick with those. But actually, Frolic Chris, I am happy that you pulled out the tarot card redeem, because I got a new deck of tarot cards recently. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool to show off. So all right, hang tight. Let me get ready for this here trick, and then we will go from there. Let's see. Let me grab boom, boom, and okay, there we go. Okay, so we have make sure I'm set up. Okay, all right. All right, guys, here we go. So, first things first, I've got some cards here. So these are black spot cards. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these 3 black spot cards down here like this. Then the rest of these are, well, we have this different red face card. I'll leave this right here. And then we've got other black spot cards over here. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to try and keep an eye on the different card. Okay, so here are the black spot cards. Here's the red face card. I'm going to go ahead and turn the red face card face down. And then we're going to make one swap. Here we go. All right. Now, go ahead and try and find which one is the different card. For anybody who's playing at home, and you're on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen, and we should get heat maps indicating which one you think. We can't connect the heat maps to anything, so feel free to click, and hopefully we got one like here. Is the heat map off, or is that just somebody trolling me? Okay, all right, all right. Okay, we got two people clicking on the one in the middle. So we got one person clicking on that one, and the one. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I'll give you a quick peek at two of the cards, which are the two. So here's a black spot card, and there's the red face card. So the question is, which one is the different card? Well, for anybody who has selected the nine of spades, in this case, whoever that is. So I guess if Chan is still here, or if anybody who's seen this trick has seen it before, they've probably chosen correctly, because for anybody else, this is actually the correct choice, because if I show you the rest of all of these cards, these are all red face cards, and this is indeed the different one. E-Room says, I'm the nine of spades. All right. Well done, E-Room. Well done. Oh, and I didn't flip this one over. And that, my friends, is Incauto Tromposo. I chose nine of spades because E-Room chose nine of spades, says Rock Chris. Well done, guys. Way to meta game the game. And, it's not technically wrong. So, all right. Okay, so that was Incauto Tromposo. Okay, so new tarot deck. All right, so I'm excited to show this off because I literally just got it, and for anybody who hangs out in Gibson Lens's stream as well. So not only was Gibson Lens's last stream Magic, he played some Magic the Gathering on stream. Not Sleight of Hand Magic, but Gibson Lens. If you ever want to learn, you let me know. But also doing music. But also now we've been doing movie reviews when Gibson Lens watches a movie. And so I got this because I went to visit a museum nearby, which is so if anybody's heard of like the Kodak company, like the camera Kodak company, there's somebody named George Eastman who created that company, but like his house is kind of like a museum now. There's some cameras and stuff, but every year they do like gingerbread houses. But picture that like a Kodak. Yeah, right? So that used to be like one of their marketing taglines or whatever. So anyway, inside of there are things with like film and cameras and things. And so this I found in the gift shop on the way out. I'm like, I'd never seen this before because I've been there a couple of times. But like on the way out, I'm like, I should buy this. And so I bought it, and here it is. And it ties into the movie thing because it is a movie themed tarot, a hero's journey in 78 cards. And a lot of the face cards are different like movie characters, and you'll recognize a lot of those. No, it's Pitbull lyrics. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with Pitbull. The last time I listened to Pitbull was probably like 8 years ago. All right, so here we go. Let me hold on. Let me pull these tarot cards. So I did open them to take a look, but I haven't shuffled them yet. So let's go through some of these. Oh, I don't even have a place to put this. So yeah, if anybody recognizes any of these, feel free to yell them out in chat. So I'm just gonna go through them. So there's the Magician, the High Priestess. I'm just reading the bottom of this. I'm not actually calling them, but a lot of these are different characters. So if anybody knows that movie, that's a good movie. Oh, here we go. Gibson Lens rated the first two of these in. Yeah, this was a very famous, potentially controversial movie, but it won awards. The Hermit, Wheel of Fortune. Dude, I love Wheel of Fortune. For anybody who recognizes this, I can't quit you, says Frolic Chris. Yeah, man. Maybe I should watch Back to the Future again. That was Doc Brown, by the way. Strength. Yep, Back to the Future. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Right here. Boom. The Hanged Man. Death. Temperance. The Devil. Ooh, the Devil. Look at that. The Tower. Anybody seen Pulp Fiction? Yo, this is. Yes, the Brokeback Mountain was the lovers. That's correct. Yep. The Star. The Moon. Look at that. Is that not like, yeah, David Bowie there? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot that I Can't Quit You is a quote from that movie. I had seen it a long, long time ago, but yeah, I'm historically bad at remembering quotes unless I watch the movie like a ton of times. The Sun, Judgment. Look at that. This is perfect, right? For Judgment. That's amazing. The World, uh, Ace of Coins, and then like all of the regular 2 through 10 are just like images of their suit or whatever. And then the other face cards. So here's Page of Coins, the Knight of Coins. Look at that. That's Neo. And then there's Lara Croft, Queen of Coins, Willy Wonka, Ace of Cups, and the cups here. Let's see here. The Page of Cups, and then here's Knight of Cups. I think we just talked about this movie like a couple streams ago because I showed off the Princess Bride deck that I found that I had. Queen of Cups. This is, I think, Amelie, right? That's the movie. King of Cups, Bill Murray. Gibson Les knows Amelie. Yes. All right. Excellent. Ace of Swords. And then the other swords here. Let's see. And then we've got Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Lost in Translation for the Bill Murray one. That might have been it. Yeah, I'm actually not sure because I saw parts of Lost in Translation, then I didn't finish it, but could have been. Although there's some other ones. Taxi Driver. I'm not familiar with Taxi Driver. I haven't seen it. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Actually, we mentioned Minority Report the other day too, right? Ace of Wands. That's Bruce Lee. And the other wands. And then we're almost at the end, guys. Page of Wands. I don't know which agent that is. Agent G? Agent, I forget. I thought that was from Mission Impossible. Yeah, this one's Men in Black. Yeah. Agent J. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's right. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. And then King of Wands. There we go. All right, cool. So now that we've cracked this open, and I do have to give it a proper shuffle, but they're kind of big, so I have to. Let me see. Let me do it this way. Wow, look at that. Okay. They do feel brand new, so that's awesome. All right, so what trick am I gonna do? I have no idea. Let's figure something out. Let's pick a protagonist. Who do we want to be our protagonist? Actually, can we have Wesley be our protagonist? That would be glorious. Are you gonna read our futures? No, no, no. I'm gonna do a magic trick with tarot cards. I think so. That's the plan. although this deck is really big. Normally, I think when I do the trick, it's only like I try and do like just some of it, but for this, I'm gonna try and use the whole deck. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here is our selection, Wesley, the Knight of Cups. All right. And so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and take Wesley and place him in the middle of the deck. So here we go. Middle of the deck, like so. And now we're just going to have to say, we're going to pretend we're Buttercup and say, come back up to the top of the deck. And then you know what he says in the movie. He says, as you wish. And so here is Wesley, Knight of Cups, back on top. And let's go ahead and do that again. So let's go ahead and put Wesley, back into the middle of the deck somewhere. Importantly, he's currently not on the top. Not until we call him. Hey, Wesley. At first I thought it was Zorro. Oh, I mean, he dresses up like Zorro, but I don't think that's Zorro in that particular... Look, we'll take a look. He comes back up to the top. As you wish. All right, hold on. No, I think it's Princess Bride because the chalice and like Zorro has a hat and he would probably be wielding his sword. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Wesley. But I mean, I guess either like because he looks like Zorro in the movie, right? Like yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think some of these are probably open to interpretation, maybe. All right, so let me see. Man, these cards are big. Okay. So look, I'm gonna leave the knight. So he's called the Knight of Cups. I'm gonna leave him sticking out of the deck, so you know. Like sometimes magicians will like to swap a card, but no, he's still so Knight of Cups right there. Okay, so we can go ahead and place the Knight of Cups here into the middle of this packet. I'm gonna place this packet into the middle of this packet, and I'm not holding onto the Knight of Cups on the top, nor on the bottom. So now all we have to do is be like, all right, come back up to the top, Wesley. As you wish. And there he is. And that, my friends, is the ambitious card routine with movie tarot cards. And yeah, so there we go. Thank you kindly for the request and the redeem frolic, Chris. And then Charlie has requested clear plastic cards. All right, let's go ahead and put these off to the side and pull out our clear plastic cards. We will do something. All right, so here we go. Clear plastic cards. If anybody has not seen these clear plastic cards before, they are made out of plastic. You can see through parts of it. Frolic Chris says, I can clearly say I did not expect Brokeback Mountain in this stream. I mean, to be fair, I don't know what to expect in this stream sometimes. I partially respond basically to whatever people bring up in chat. And I think if nobody mentioned the tarot cards thing, I probably wasn't going to bring it up today. But I mean, I was thinking maybe before Christmas, but like it was just so happened that I got it. I'm like, okay, next time somebody requests tarot cards, I'm gonna reveal the deck. And I'm like, it was literally right away, first stream. So I was like, okay, ay. Okay, let's see. What trick can we do with clear plastic cards where it's not necessary? You know what we haven't done in a while? Actually, hold on. Let me look at my trick list for a second and see if what's appropriate to do here. Oh, right. Michael Elevator. I was going to do that. I could do that with this. Can I do that with this? I think I can do that with this. Okay, yeah, let's do that with this. Hold on. Normally I might use like 4 of a kind, but because of the ease of seeing like red and black, I'm going to do that just so that we can see this a little bit better, I think. Okay. All right. let's do this. All right, first things first. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm available yet, but I guess let me go check the audio. I have no idea what happened. Literally OBS crashed. We're back. Okay, awesome. That's good news. Thank you. So my OBS froze and then it crashed and then it came back. Well, I mean, it didn't come. I had to open OBS again, but like I have no idea. Anyway, so weird. Now I'm slightly discombobulated. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna do this trick, and then we were going to. Oh yeah, and then we were gonna hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and close the queue, and then I'll put in. Oh, hold on. Let me put in this trick. My elevator. Oh, I spelled it horribly, but okay, there we go. And then we'll figure out a finale trick to do as well. Not the first time I've seen that this week. That's funny because I actually also have been in other streams where other streams also crashed and then they shortly came back afterwards. So that's funny you mentioned that, Charlie. So maybe it's not an isolated incident. Um, so yeah, that's strange though. All right, I want to do Imagine or Chop Shop for finale. Okay, yeah, so that's weird. Anyway, hopefully there's some stability thing that somebody's working out at OBS or Stream whatever or Twitch. I don't know what this could be. Well, see if Twitch went down, then there's no reason why OBS would have failed, right? Obviously my OBS crashed, so I don't know. I would be willing to blame OBS. Whatever. Okay. All right, so here we go. Michael Elevator with clear plastic cards. So normally I would use like the four kings, but I think just for simplicity, I think it would be easier to see. So these are red face cards. So these are kings and queens that are red, and then these are black spot cards. So okay. So first things first. What I would like to do is I'm gonna go ahead and lay all of these out here like so. And then what we have here are our black spot cards. And here's what we're going to do. So if I go ahead and I take these cards and I place it directly on top of this red face card, if I snap, this red face card will know how to get on top of the pile like this. So we did that once. We can have this one do it again. If I go ahead and I take these cards and place it directly on the top, if I go ahead and I snap, that red face card will jump from the bottom all the way up to the top. And some people believe that I could make it jump from the bottom to the top. What a lot of people may not realize, it's tougher to make it jump from the middle. So look, if I go ahead and I place this here, like in the middle, I can make that jump up from the bottom all the way up to the top. And now this last one is a helicopter pilot. And what you may not know is all they have to do is fly the helicopter over everybody else, and they will pick up all of the red face cards. And over here, if we take a look, these are indeed all of our black spot cards. And that, my friends, is Michael Elevator with clear plastic cards. All right. It was unfortunate that we had that little cut near the end of stream, but I'm gonna finish stream out. So, thank you kindly for the redeem for the clear plastic cards. Clear plastic cards. Man, I can't talk English good. I'm Asian. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for that. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. Charlie's Beats. E-Room. Okay. So now it is about time that we. Oh my god, my browser will not work. Jeez, alright. Well, we're reduced to doing this. Alright, so thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Uh, Thank you to everybody who decided to come out and hang out, and thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you requested a trick, chatted in chat, gave me emotes, sound alerts, answered the question. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you to all the lurkers out there, because magic's one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Everything that you saw here today is basically sleight of hand magic. There's no black magic or sorcery or deals with the devil. But even if it was real magic, I would claim this anyway. So, all right. And there, oh, thanks for the lurk, Gibson Lens. Thank you to our. Let's give some mod love to some of our mods today. So, thank you to Chan the Magic Man. Guys, Channel the Magic Man, one of the few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. Give him a follow and catch him on Magic Mondays tomorrow night. Also, it's going to be kind of a special day because it will be Chan's 100th Magic Monday. So, please give him a follow and check him out tomorrow. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is a pianist, plays VGM, popular music, esoteric music, sight reads from his own songbooks, has composed a bunch of his own originals, and also is starting to put out his own album. So definitely give Gibson Lens a follow. All right, and then with that, we will. Let me see here. We're gonna thank you. To Chan the Magic Man for the resub today. Greatly appreciate it. And I think that's it. So what we're going to do is we will perform the finale trick. And assuming I don't mess it up, because I don't like to end on a trick that I mess up. If I mess it up, we will do another trick. If I don't mess it up, then we will find somebody to raid, and we will raid out to them. Also, if you want to see more of me and I'm not around, you can check out my YouTube channel. I almost have 300 different magic performances on YouTube. I'm very close. I think by the end of the year, I will have had 300. If you want to catch the VODs of this stream after they fall off Twitch retention, you can catch them on YouTube here. They are technically unlisted, but they're in a public playlist, so that's the playlist right there. But I know that E-Room had asked me if it was okay to share, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. So here's the stupid thing about YouTube. Like, if I made it public and searchable, it would display in my list of videos, and I didn't want it to be muddled with both, like, 2-hour streams and, like, magic performances. I mostly just want to show, like, magic performances. So I just have, like, a few recent ones, and then I unlist them. So they're still publicly accessible, but they don't show up on that screen. So, for all Chris says, I have a separate channel for VODs. Yeah, I don't want to put a separate channel up, so I don't want to manage another YouTube channel, basically. But anyway, thank you for the suggestion, for all Chris. Yeah, I've come across this before. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm just gonna have one channel. And also, like, my channel's monetized, but I'm not, like, so overwhelmingly monetized that I can make my other one monetized. So it's like, all right, on YouTube. So I'm like, all right, I'll just put it on the main channel, whatever. All right, cool. So let me get ready for Chop Shop. And then we'll find somebody to raid. Yeah, I know. Hashtag first world problems. Do I make a second YouTube channel or not? All right. So first things first, I have a packet of cards. So it's basically jokers except for this. This is a Queen of Clubs. Now the Queen of Clubs is red backed. So I just want you to note that. But what I'm going to do here is let me go ahead and take the red backed Queen of Clubs. So here, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to place it underneath the table, and then I'm going to throw it through the table, through my hand, back into the packet. And take a look. It is going to appear once again right there. I know, is that strange? That's very strange, right? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take this and place it underneath the table, and we're going to go ahead and throw it through the table, through the mat, through my hand, back into the packet. Because, take a look, it has jumped back here. I know, and you're probably getting sick of this. Let me just do it one more time. I'm going to go ahead and throw it through the table, through the mat, through my hand, back in here. There it is. But now I just want you to imagine that all of that happened. I just want you to imagine that perhaps that you saw a Queen of Clubs. Because now if I show you here this red card, red back card, there was no Queen of Clubs. And actually, I also want you to imagine that you saw jokers. Because there are three cards here. But actually, if I show you, there are no jokers. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale. And there we have it. There is no spoon, says Frolic Chris, which I know is a Matrix reference. Alright. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room. Let's see here. And that is a wrap. Okay, so let me see if there's a chance that I may need to hop onto my phone to do a raid, because I think my browser on my computer might not be cooperating with me for some reason. Oh my god, my browser is not cooperating with me. Okay. Alright, so let me figure out who to raid, and then we will raid there. And hopefully all will be good. I hate doing Twitch like commands from the mobile app because it is pretty terrible. I guess relative to like what we've got on PC here. So that's all right. Okay. Let's see who is up and available and who have we not rated in a while. Come on, app. Show me some other people. People are alive. Yes. Okay. Wait. You know who we have never rated that is actually going on right now? Let me look at the spreadsheet really quick. No, I can't look at the spreadsheet either. That's right, because my browser is frozen. Alright, we're just going to have to go and just hope and pray. Alright, so this is where we're going, guys. We are going to go to, and I'm pretty sure we've never rated this person. We've never rated this username of this person. There's a chance we haven't rated this person either. But it's our friend Jer Roke, but he's playing under Jernanigans right now. So he's playing, it looks like he's playing Journey. So let's go over there. So let's, if anybody wants to come along for the raid, sub-raid, feel free to copy a raid call. And then, let me see here. Let's start the raid. Jernanigans. I think I spelled that correctly. Alright, it's starting. And then let me see. Rating Jernanigans. Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know Jer Roke, aka Jernanigans, Jer is a pianist, is the commander in chief of VG Lead Sheets, and is also um, around like all of the Twitch musicians that I happen to hang out around with. So anyway, all right. So hopefully this works, and then hopefully I can reclaim my browser in a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to sign off, log off, and then yeah. So feel free to copy a raid call. All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Have a glorious night. Have a glorious week. Have a glorious Thanksgiving if you're celebrating Thanksgiving. Everybody, remember to hydrate and stretch and sleep well and all of that fun stuff. So great seeing everybody. Have a glorious night. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.